This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships.
Chris Whitton takes the flag. Going to be enough for
TKM's next champion.
To win again in TKM Extreme.
The KZ2 season reaches its penultimate stop on their tour around the United Kingdom here at Shenington. And for the number 47 of Rush Performance's Ryan Dones, it's been an up and down season for him so far. However, both he and the team are in high spirits ahead of the race towards the finish line here in Oxfordshire.
Season's been very up and down. Had a lot of bad luck in the first round at Rislington. So we've been looking a lot of driver training, kart setup. We've got a lot of quick boys like James Glenister in our team. We're all trying to learn. Been here a couple of times. Shenington's a fantastic track. There's plenty of fast straights. I'm hitting 97 mile an hour at the top end into the hairpin. Best bits is the speed and the fast corners. They're my favourite. The worst is the technical tight corners.
The revs build, and we go green in KZ2 here at Shenington. They all surge their way down to the first corner. And I have to say, what's happened with Scott Allen? He's down, he's being pushed down, shoved down into fifth position before they've even hit the approach onto Stratford. So Scott Allen, not a good start like he had in the first final a bit earlier on this afternoon. This good compromise is run. But if he keeps a clear head, he's going to have an opportunity. Top three really starting to break away. And in the lead of this race, it is the points leader, Alan Glear, who's definitely got a march on everybody else. I think James Glenister in second position is with him at the moment in the 77. So at the moment, Glenister is setting the fastest sector 2 out of anybody, a 19.73 as they come to complete lap number 1. Glear in front, Glenister, Sherwin, Kelly, and then it's Scott Allen who's got a recovery drive to do in the second final. Hannah Lang looks to hopefully move up the order, but she's currently still in 10th position behind Craig Mooney. Adam Rustling drops down behind Lee Ward, who takes 7th position. And at the minute, Shane Daly's made an absolute springboard up the order from 20th to 15th place. And at the minute, fastest sector, number 1, is Shane Daly. He had a mechanical in the first final earlier on that truncated his running, and he was even battling with for the lead with Scott Allen in the first final, but it all came asunder for the Irish driver. However, at the moment, Adam Glear leading the way. Scott Allen being slightly dropped here, but Dan Kelly has just put in the fastest lap of the race. Kelly, who's currently second in the championship, puts in a 45.18. And also Shane Daly still had the fastest sector 2 out of anybody. But at the moment, it's definitely game on at the front of the field. Did Glenister get past Glear for the lead? He did. He slung-shot past going into the approach to the Bruno chicane. Nice move from the Rush Performance driver in the 77. So Glear now second behind Glenister, Sherwin in third, Dan Kelly, Scott Allen, Miles Murphy, Lee Ward, Adam Rustling, Craig Mooney and Hannah Lang complete the top 10. Tom Longfield at the moment, he's got up from 16th. Where is he now? He's still in 12th at the moment. He's not made any positional gains at the minute. So Dan Kelly looking to try and close in. He was actually 0.3 of a second quicker on Matt Sherwin, so he is closing for third position. Scott Allen, in the meantime, his last lap was a 45.3, but the fight at the front of the field is going to tighten up. But is Glenister going to break the toe of momentum for the opposition and start pulling away? Scott Allen did not have it his own way in the first final earlier on today, but can he mount a recovery assault to put him back clearly where he feels he should belong? As I tell you what, that was very sideways by Matt Sherwin going through turn 1, through Park Bend, nearly lost it and nearly handed an opportunity to Dan Kelly, who is right on the back bumper. He's going side by side. Kelly's going round to the outside line through paddock. And they're still side by side. Kelly, I don't think, has got the advantage. No, he hasn't. So Sherwin managed to pull away as they came out of Stratford. And this is allowing quite a lot of... Now, hang on. Did I just see what I... Now, where is Scott Allen? Where is Scott Allen? Now, Scott was running in 5th position. I'm going to wait until they come across the start-finish line. But Dan Kelly was very, very feisty indeed. And he's gone up the inside of Matt Sherwin. He's taken 3rd place. Scott Allen right on the back bumper of Sherwin. And with them is now Miles Murphy. Watch out for Lee Ward and Adam Rustling. Tom Longfield's got past Hannah Lang. So Longfield now into the top 10 and moving forward. Dan Ollott, unfortunately, I think has just retired. He's pulled it into the pits. But Ryan Jones, who we spoke to earlier on, he's not having a great time at the moment. He's currently 16th in the minute. He's dropped down 3 positions thus far, but hopefully the number 47 could have an opportunity to move a bit further up the order. But with the pace that is being set by the top 5 at the moment, it is absolutely barnstorming, and I don't think he's going to have an opportunity, but who knows? There is still plenty of this race left to go. We've got just under 1/3 of this race completed. 10 minutes 18 plus an additional lap, as Glenister and Glere have clearly broken away from Dan Kelly, as Scott Allen now up into 4th place. Matt Sherwin drops to 5th. And in the moment, the championship standings, Glere has pretty much in a virtual championship standing a 15-point advantage. Lee Ward, in the meantime, would drop down behind Miles Murphy in the standings, down to 8th place. But at the front of the field, Glenister still controlling proceedings, pretty much doing a textbook of what Scott Allen did in the first final. But Allen at the moment, in terms of the virtual championship, would still be in around about 4th position if things finish as they do now. But Dan Kelly is on the move. He is flying. He is caught up to the top 2. He's got a sniff of victory right now as the number 1. He's just put in at 45.04. So if Glenister and Glere start battling, Kelly's got a ringside seat for that, as they now come making their way down towards the Bruno chicane. Glenister leads from Glere. Here comes the very, very feisty and very aggressive looking Dan Kelly in terms of performance. Scott Allen, Matt Sherwin, Miles Murphy, Lee Ward, Adam Rustling, Tom Longfield and Craig Mooney ran out the top 10. That's a good recovery drive from Tom Longfield, considering what happened to the number 17 in the first final earlier on this afternoon. Now on to lap number 9, and it is still a stalemate between the top 3. It is now a cat and mouse game between Glenister, Glere and Kelly as they head down towards Stratford. And I'm keeping an eye on what's happening. Kelly might be clearly in. He's going for 2nd. Might he even go for the win? It's nearly 3 abreast into the Bruno chicane. Glenister, he keeps the lead. Glere loses out to Kelly. That's a brilliant move from Dan Kelly. That was nearly 3 abreast coming out of Stratford. And I tell you what, Kelly had the run of momentum there. That was a great drive from the number 1. He puts himself up into 2nd position and starts closing the gap on points leader Adam Glere in terms of the championship standings. But I tell you what, Kelly, as I said earlier, he's not just going for 2nd. I think he's going to try and get past Glenister. If he can get past Glere, anything's possible. He's going towards the outside line, heading towards Stratford. Oh. Just keeping an eye. What is going to happen? Is it going to happen? Is the move going to happen? No, it's not. I think Glenister's held on just quite quickly there. He has. Kelly slots in behind, as does Glere. Now Scott Allen is charging. He's done a 45.32. And we've had and we've also had one of the drivers. Can't really see who that is from my position. Could be the 95 Dan Ollott, that's just off the Bruno chicane, but also Lee Hasler. Now there are yellow flags being waved into the Bruno chicane. Scott Allen now again could look to be a danger here in the fight for the top 4. Tom Longfield's now made up 8 positions. He's now up to 8th place from 16th, and he's not that far behind. He's got time to catch the driver in front, Adam Rustling. Hannah Lang's just still in 11th position as this 4-way, maybe even 5-way strap at the front of the field is not letting us, not letting me breathe, let alone anyone else that's probably watching this here at the circuit. But it is still Glenister, Kelly needs to make that move that could secure him a victory and close the gap on Gleer. It's now back to 10 points. As Scott Allen's got past Gleer, that's the move that Dan Kelly definitely wanted to happen, and Scott Allen obliged, as Rustling is being closed in on by Tom Longfield. So Longfield really has come back from pretty much nowhere in this final, as Kelly really looking at Glenister, seeing if he can get past through into the Bruno chicane. Scott Allen's now dropped down to 5th place, as both Gleer and Murphy have now got past. So Gleer knew that there was an opportunity to get past, and he must have made it past having gone through Stratford there. So the leaders come round to complete lap number 12 here. And Glenister and Kelly still battling at the front of the field. Kelly really trying to outfox and outwit Glenister to take the lead. Gleer looks to have dropped both Miles Murphy and Scott Allen. And it's 9/10 between second and third at the moment. Tom Longfield finally got past Adam Rustling. It's the lap after we got into the top 8. So 5 minutes 25 plus an additional lap to go in the second KZ2 final of the race weekend, round 6 of the 2019 season. Glenister still hanging on to the lead. Kelly defiant and wanting to get past in second position. Adam Gleer wanting to extend the championship lead to more than 10 points at the end of this race weekend. It is currently 11 points in terms of a virtual championship standing. Scott Allen now back past Miles Murphy. Now Allen really needs to get a motor on the 25 to catch up to the 3 in front. He's got about 9/10 of a second to close down. As we've had Matt Sherwin unfortunately retire from the race too. So Sherwin out along with Hasler and Arlott. Daniel Gould has got past Oliver Gemmell in the battle for 17th position. Anderson Chilcott down in 15. The top 3, it's still very much, well, there has been a change. I think that change has gone to the betterment of the points lead for Adam Gleer. It looks like he's got past Dan Kelly. And that is the case. Gleer up into second now, past Dan Kelly. This is what he needed. He now needs to get past James Glenister. And I don't think he needs to do the job now because he's got plenty of time. It is about strategising with the tyres. These KZ2s, I've seen some tyres in my time that have gone through to the cause, and when Fabian Federer showed me his right rear tyre at Rissington earlier on this season. Oh, and there's been a bit of drama there. Glenister might have been forced wide there, and that has allowed, that's a 77, that's a warning flag for Glenister. So Glenister gets a warning flag. Whether he might have caused that, I'm not too sure. Ryan Dones still up into 13th position. So Dones still keeping in the top 15. That's hopefully going to be I know he's going to want to have more than that, but there's still time. So Gould is about 2.2 seconds. It might be a bit of a tall order in the next 3 minutes and 24 seconds to catch up. Well, Ashley Lewis, he's actually got past. So Dones up in another position, up into 12th place. But the running order is as follows. Points leader Adam Gleer leads with 3 minutes and 10 seconds plus an additional lap as they fly down towards the Bruno chicane. So Gleer leads. Second position is Dan Kelly. Third place is James Glenister. A little bit further back, I think Scott Allen and Miles Murphy might be rounding out the top 5. So they come through Wilkins. They're going to complete 16 laps very shortly with around 2 minutes and 45 plus an additional lap to go. Adam Gleer. Scott Allen up into third past Glenister and Murphy. So there we go. Allen now has got, I think he's had that wake-up call internally. The switch has been flicked, and now he's just decided to go for it. He's got nothing to lose. He's currently third in the championship. This might help to maybe hit Glenister into third in the overall standings from a virtual championship perspective. Meanwhile, Gleer and Kelly are fighting amongst themselves. Allen's got the ringside seat. Glenister and Murphy a little bit further behind, but Tom Longfield is on fire at the moment. He is flying, is the number 17 from Worcester. He's up to 6th place. He's got past Lee Ward. And I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, a top 6 finish after a recovery drive like that, I definitely think he'll definitely need a chilled beverage after this particular race. But Adam Gleer has started to pull away from Dan Kelly and Scott Allen. Time is fast ticking away. 1 minute 45 plus an additional lap to go in this 6th race of the 2019 KZ2 season. Lear is doing his very best to keep Dan Kelly at bay. So Clear running on the CRG chassis, same chassis that Max Verstappen won the 2015 World Championship on. It definitely shows that if you see that a 15-year-old Max Verstappen takes the title on that particular chassis, it's definitely one to use, and Adam Clear is using it to his absolute potential here at Shenington. 1 minute 9 plus an additional lap. Clear still leads by about 0.2 of a second from Dan Kelly. Scott Allen, who started on pole position, is still ahead of James Glenister. So we've had Anderson Chilcott overtake Nicholas Jenkins. Ryan Dones is about 1 second away from Hannah Lang. So Dones, by the end of the race, I don't think will have the opportunity to draw in that amount of time over the next couple of laps or so. But Clear definitely making sure that he wants to keep his intentions and keep ahead of everybody else in the championship standings. He will extend the gap by 6 points, provisionally speaking, but it's whether Dan Kelly can do something about it. He's got this plus an additional lap to go. 20 seconds remaining. So by the time they exit the leaders exit the Bruno chicane, as it's a little bit of a further run down from the extended track here, 1,211 metres. The time now ends right now. That's it. 15 minutes are up. This is the penultimate lap. Clear has to hang on for around 1,600 metres or so to keep going as the leaders come through Wilkins for the penultimate time. Last lap it is. Adam Clear got the sign that he so clearly wanted, and now he's pulling away. It's now that time that Adam Clear puts the hammer down and says, right, that's it, game's over, I'm going to extend my championship lead. They go down to Stratford for the last time of asking, blast their way down to the Bruno chicane. It's been a great drive. He started from second position. He was on the front row. Scott Allen untouchable in qualifying and in the first final earlier on this afternoon. But down the hanger straight, through the right-hand kink at hanger corner, through into Wilkins for the final time here. And the round 6 of the 2019 KZ2 season goes to Adam Clear, who extends his championship lead to 16 points, taking a maximum score in final number 2, race 17 of the meeting, by 0.66. He got the sign he needed at the final lap of the race, and Adam Clear wins race final 2 of the weekend, round 6 of the 2019 season for KZ2, ahead of his chief rival Dan Kelly by 0.66 of a second. Scott Allen cements himself as 4th in the championship hunt by taking 3rd after a great display earlier on in the first final. So a good haul of points for the 25 from Jade Racing team. It seems like the momentum's swung in his favour. Miles Murphy rounds out the top 5 behind James Glenister, who was leading for a considerable amount of that race. Tom Longfield from 16th to 6th position ahead of Shane Daly, Lee Ward, Adam Rustling and Craig Mooney, who completes the top 10. Hannah Lang, it was close but not close enough. She started 10th, finished in 11th position, but she still shows that she has an opportunity to move further up the order. She's 6th in the standings.
Adam Clear has now extended the lead over Dan Kelly from Andy Fairless Racing to 16 points coming out of the 5th and 6th rounds of the championship. There's also other contenders, even though Scott Allen admitted post-final number 2 that Clear is uncatchable. There is still a chance that at Kim Bolton in the second week of September, anything is possible when the top 4 are separated by just 35 points going into the final round. Outside chances could also be sprung by the likes of Shane Daly and MK Racing's Hannah Lang as the KZ2 season comes to its close in Cambridgeshire on the 7th and 8th of September.